What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Madden 21 video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a speed rebuild with the Arizona Cardinals. And as you guys can see with the sped up gameplay in the background, my commentary, or the live commentary that I did do when I was recording this, ended up getting messed up again, just like last episode. If you guys saw last episode, the same thing happened. And it ended up happening again. It like skipped over random audio parts. So like the first part of the audio would be in sync for like a minute or two, and then it'd skip over a couple seconds, and then like it would be out of sync, and then it'd get even more out of sync as the commentary would go on with the video. It was terrible. It was just horrible. So I'm recording a post commentary over the gameplay, but I ended up going a little bit wild, as you guys can see right now. I ended up trading Kyler Murray away in the speed rebuild. Little bit of a wild kind of thing. Went with a super heavy receivers, super heavy like pass offense with a very strong receiving core, and we ended up picking up Gardner Minshew as our quarterback. Probably could have held us back a little bit, but was very easy, and I'm a huge Gardner Minshew fan, so I had to pick him up. So yeah, that's how the team went. And I had no plan for this video, or no plan for what players I was going to pick up. So kind of just went wild. That's why I ended up getting rid of Kyler Murray and everything like that. I thought it would have been interesting and seeing what we could do. But as you guys are going to see here in a couple seconds and see the team that we ended up creating, a pretty solid offense and a kind of okay defense. But we'll have to see if it works out and see how this team can compete, as you guys are going to see in a second. And everything like that. So I tried to pick up some players that I didn't pick up in any of the last episodes. Obviously, I picked up a ton of Bucks players. If you guys don't know, some of the Bucks players are super easy. Some of their older players, Ndamukong Suh, JPP is pretty easy to pick up. Gronk, Antonio Brown, even Tom Brady is fairly easy to pick up. As you guys saw, I think I picked him up in the Jaguars speed rebuild. But their players are super easy, comparing with age and everything. So they're pretty easy to pick up. So they're always a go-to team I always go to pick up some older players that are going to help out the team. And then we also picked up ET3, as I pick up probably in every single speed rebuild so far. I think this is the third one, and I've picked up him in every single video. But as you guys can see, we have Gardner Minshew as our quarterback. You guys can see I skipped over that part, but you guys can see we ended up going 8-8 on the year and getting a wild card spot facing off against the Chicago Bears in the wild card playoff round. Pretty crazy, pretty wild. 8-8, and we're gonna make the wild card round, gonna make the playoffs. Pretty insane. I did not expect that to happen. We ended up creating a fairly good team. I'm gonna show you guys the team here. We have Gardner Minshew at quarterback, up to a 72 overall. We have D-Hop, Devontae Adams, Julio Jones as our receiving core. Absolutely insane. Our offensive line is amazing. We moved Isaiah Simmons to middle linebacker, and we have Chandler Jones as well. Pretty insane team. We created a pretty wild team, but we're going to check out some of the stats. And 3 teams in our division ended up making the playoffs, and we were finished 3rd in our division, and somehow we still made the playoffs. So that was pretty crazy, pretty wild to see. But we are going to go through some of the teams. We lost pretty bad to some of these games. Washington football team, we lost 20-3. Just a pretty wild year, like 8-8, just surprisingly able to inch and squeak into the playoffs. Ripped off 3 straight there, but then lost 2, and then closed out the season with a W that got us into the playoffs against the Rams. So you guys are going to see here, check out the division. After I looked at some of that, I didn't math it out, but I saw that we lost a lot of games in our division. So I wanted to go in here. You guys can see the Saints went 15-1, and the Bengals going 13-3. Saints going 15-1 is crazy. But what are an 11-game win streak? But going to go to our division. We ended up trading Kyler Murray to the Eagles. They went 7-9, so not a great year. Not going to be in the playoffs. Pretty crazy there. I thought that could have brought him up to a playoff team, but it did not. So we're going to check out the division. You guys can see we were finished 3rd in our division and still made the playoffs. But then we also go over here and check out the division. We ended up going 2-4 in our division. That's insane. So pretty crazy, but we're going to check out some of the stats. Offensively, we were 18th in the NFL, which is really disappointing. I feel like having a 70 overall quarterback didn't help us, but our defense ended up finishing 9th in the NFL. Gardner Minshew didn't do bad with 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks. Kenyon Drake over 1,000 yards. Can't complain about that. D-Hop with 100 yards and 10 touchdowns. Devontae Adams with almost 805 touchdowns. Julio Jones with 750 almost and 4 touchdowns, and Gronk with 607 touchdowns as well. So pretty solid year for the offense. But like I said, 70 overall quarterback is going to hold us back a little bit. Akeem Hicks going to leave us in sacks with 12. Pretty good year. Can't complain about that. Chandler Jones with 8.5. And then interceptions, we only had 6 as a team on the entire year. A little disappointed there, but it is what it is, and I can't complain. 8-8, squeaking into the playoffs. Even if this team did horrible, it is what it is. We obviously weren't going to win any of these stats or any of the awards or anything like that. I think Gardner Minshew finished up here in a couple categories. You can see Gardner Minshew in 8th in Offensive Player of the Year, so not too bad. I think he finished 8th in best quarterback, and then Isaiah Simmons was 4th, as you guys can see there. And then I think it was 8th in best quarterback. And then D-Hop should be up there in wide receivers. Yeah, he finished number 3. So not too bad. I thought our offensive line was very well, and nobody won the award for best offensive line. So that was kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. So what are you gonna do? So yeah. Anyways, this is the team, and this is what happened. So 8-8. We got to see if we can make the playoff or even get a win in the playoffs here. So really excited to see how this goes and see what we can do in the first round of the playoffs as we face off against the Chicago Bears. Seeing if we can get a W, and it looks like we do, and we are going to face off against the 15-1 Saints. That's going to be a tough one. Going to be a very tough game to play. And we ended up winning 38-24 against Chicago. Not too bad of a day. You guys can see Gardner Minshew, 378 and 3 touchdowns. A perfect passer rating. When I was recording this, I didn't even realize that. So I would have loved to see his passer rating, or not his passer rating, but his completion percentage, and see how close he was to like 100% completion percentage. But that was pretty crazy. We get the W in the wildcard round and move on to the divisional against the 15-1 Saints, who are on a 12-game winning streak after winning, or no, they're still on 11 because they obviously had a first-round bye. So 11-game winning streak, and we have to see if we can upset the Saints and head on to the NFC Championship, and we do. We ended up beating the Saints and going to play the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship for a chance to play in the Super Bowl. We won 26-20, not too bad of a game. We can see this game went to overtime. I didn't notice this at first, so you're going to see me skip around, but this game ended up going to overtime, and we almost choked this game. We were up 20-7 at halftime, and then we let up 13 unanswered in the second half, and they almost came back and beat us. But they tied it up, and we ended up taking this one in overtime, 26-20. Gardner Minshew, not too bad of a day with 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Cannot complain when your 70 overall quarterback throws 2 touchdowns and 1 pick and leads you to a victory against a 15-1 team. Pretty much the great part about the offense is that someone can have a bad day. It's hard to cover all the weapons we have with Devontae Adams, Julio Jones. Who else do we have? D-Hop, and then also Gronk on offense as well. So lots of weapons on there, very hard to cover everybody. So sitting this week against the Cowboys, seeing if we can get the W, and we do. We are going to be playing the Cleveland Browns. Cannot even talk. The Cleveland Browns in the Super Bowl. Wow. An 8-8 team, our 8-8 team going all the way to the Super Bowl is absolutely crazy. But we ended up beating the... I didn't even see the score there. But Gardner Minshew with 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 136.9 passer rating, having an insane playoff run. He had a perfect passer rating, and then over 100 in the second one, and then over 136 in the third one. So that is pretty crazy. So pretty crazy stats. You can see some of the top players that we had. Earl Thomas, Sue Davis with a sack there. I think might have missed that one. But we are going to be playing the Cleveland Browns in the Super Bowl with a chance to take home the Lombardi Trophy. Can we do it, and can we come away with a victory? Obviously, we're going to take a last little scroll there, but we are going to scroll down here, upgrade the players really quickly to make sure we have everybody at tip-top ratings before we head in to the Super Bowl matchup against the 11-5 Cleveland Browns. Can we get the W, our 8-8 miracle team, making it all the way to the Super Bowl? And we lose by 11. I think the score is 28-17. I have a very small window here. Yeah, 28-17, and Baker Mayfield is going to walk away with the Super Bowl MVP. A little bit of a disappointment there that we weren't able to come across with the Super Bowl win. A little bit of a giveaway here, but in the last episode, we also lost the Super Bowl So back-to-back episodes of losing in the Super Bowl, and our miracle team cannot get the job done in the Super Bowl against the Cleveland Browns. They ended up scoring 7 points in every single quarter. And if you allow that to happen, obviously, we're not going to win this one. So Gardner Minshew, not too bad of a day. Ended up going 19 to 30, 2 touchdowns, 224 yards, no interceptions. But they just held us down. We had a bad running game, only 45 yards on the ground for Kenny and Drake. Nobody over 100 for the offense. D-Hop having an okay day, Gronk catching a touchdown, and Julio Jones catching a touchdown. But just not enough to get away with the victory in this one. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I do apologize for the post-commentary, but everything just keeps messing up when I try to do live commentaries for these videos. So this will probably be the last one. I know I mentioned in the last one I might do another one for August, but this will probably be the last speed rebuild until Madden 22. So super excited for Madden 22. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. See you guys.